In this Star Wars Hunters video, I will be showing you your first look at the PC version of the game. The first playtest has just gone live and I'm going to be showing you the settings, how it performs, content and so much more. Before I do show all of that and more with you though, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future Star Wars Hunters videos. So, just in case you have been living under a rock for the past few weeks or have forgotten, Star Wars Hunters is coming to the PC. It is expanding from just being a mobile game and Nintendo Switch title to PC on Steam. Hopefully a console iteration does come later down the line if this is a success, so stay tuned for that. But for now, we just have a playtest that shows the game off on PC, ready for a full Steam Early Access launch in early 2025. This first playtest runs through the weekend, so it ends on December 16th, and this is going to be available to all of those that did sign up to be invited to this playtest. So if you already have done that, check your emails, you've probably got access. And the main focus is to test out PC-specific features such as key bindings, mouse and keyboard support, obviously, and stuff like that. Plus, we do actually have a look at the Sprockets rework, which I'll get into later on in the video. Then there will be a second playtest on January 10th through the 13th. Then there will be the full Steam Early Access on January 27th, which includes the Coruscant map alongside the new Hunter, and this is Season 5, and that will also come out on mobile and Switch as well. And that is when cross-progression and cross-play also comes into play. So, as I've been showing you in the past few moments, and as I'll continue to show you in this video, the game on PC is essentially what you'd expect. The mobile version, but spruced up. It looks a lot better. I'm running it at maxed out settings. There aren't too many options available, but it is much improved over the mobile version, so I will take it, and it runs really well. It's super smooth. I'm able to run it at 300 frames per second on my PC. I do have a good PC, but the requirements for this game are pretty low. Even storage size, it comes in at like 10 gig, the download size, so not a huge thing to download. So, when you first boot up one of these playtest versions of Hunters on Steam, you'll notice that you are not using your previous account, you can't sign in. They've basically just created a new account for everybody, and it's completely got everything maxed out and unlocked. So you can see that your career level is 50, so you have everything unlocked. That side of things, as well as all the hunters are maxed out to level 25, so you won't need to spend time having to grind over the next couple of days whilst the playtest is out just to level up your characters and unlock stuff. For example, all of the cosmetics like skins are also available to use. There is no active shop, there is no ranked play, it's just all about getting the core mechanics down. This is a big thing for Zynga and Boss Alien and Natural Motion. They've never done this before, so this is just going to level everything out as an even playing field. There is one hunter missing though from this build of the game. There is no Nox, so you can only play up to Pillbush, but that's still plenty. In terms of game modes in this playtest, you are able to play the tutorial and training mode, and then the base multiplayer game modes are also in there. So you have Power Control, Dynamic Control, Trophy Chase, and Squad Brawl. All these are in a playlist, so you aren't selecting the game mode, it's just one big playlist of all 4 game modes. There is mouse and keyboard support, along with controller support as well. You can mix and match, you don't have to just stick with the mouse and keyboard if you want to on PC. You can also use a controller, and all of those settings are also available in the settings menu. There are some daily challenges to do, as well as there is an event challenge to unlock the Han Solo inspired skin for Diego, but that's fine, it's not a big deal. The playtest is only a few days long, and it's not about doing any sort of progression, it's just about testing the systems and making sure it works and give the developers great feedback so they can improve on the game, and hopefully when it does come out in early access properly, then a lot of people are going to be checking this game out. You can also add people to play if you just type in their username, whatever you've created or whatever they've created into the social features, just like on the mobile version. Let's take a look at the settings now, and we'll start off with general settings. So you do have some mouse and keyboard controls, so you have the various aim sensitivity, what you'd expect. It does actually have a decimal point, which is nice. I was hoping this would be the case, because so many games do not have this anymore, which is just really annoying. So you can really have this granularity of control over your aim sensitivity. Onto controls now, and you're able to keybind whatever you like for whichever hunter. So you can see right now, you've got all of the options. It shows all of their abilities and such. You just select the hunter on the right hand side and it brings up all of the inputs and what they do. Let's take a look at graphics now. So this is what I was most interested in. So you have display mode, aspect ratio, resolution, VSync, brightness, gamma, contrast, shadow quality up to ultra, SSAO on or off, anti-aliasing has off, FX, AA or TSA, resolution scale, high detail sublevels on or off, frame rate up to 300 FPS, and resolution scale. And I am playing the game at 300 on my 300Hz monitor, and it is amazing. So good. I've been playing on a S23 Ultra at 60 FPS, which just isn't cutting it out for me. I've got to be up to 300 FPS in every game, and now I can, and it runs fantastically for the most part. As I alluded to earlier, you can use controller for this game on PC, and much like the settings for the mouse and keyboard key bindings, you have the ability to do that with the controller as well, so basically works the same. I think for me, my personal preference is going to be playing with mouse and keyboard on the PC version, purely because that's what I prefer to use when playing shooters for the most part on PC, and I can always play on controller on the phone if I wish to do so. It made a world of difference for me because I can just be far more accurate and be fast at aiming and getting around. I'm just more comfortable, so I'm very glad with what I've played so far. The gameplay you are seeing in the background of me using Arental is on PC. It was my first proper game. With Arental, I got like nearly 8k damage, which is, I think, the record I've got in Hunters on like my second game on the PC version. So yeah, using a mouse and keyboard definitely will be my preferred way of playing the game now. It also just is so silky smooth. There are a couple of few issues. For example, the game in all of its menus is locked to 30 frames per second. I really hope they do add the ability to unlock this so we can have higher frame rates past 30. It hurts going from a silky smooth 300 FPS to 30. That drop is just, it gives me a headache just looking at it and even thinking about it. Also, you can't use the escape key in menus, which is really annoying. You have to actually use your mouse to press back and stuff like that. The developers are taking feedback seriously in the Discord, so definitely join that and submit your feedback there. I already have done, so if you have any issues, do make it known. They will be sorting stuff out. I now want to dive into the single big piece of content included with the PC version playtest, and that is the rework for Sprocket. So, let's talk about his new changes. The first change I'm going to be talking about is his new turret, so the ultimate turret. Instead of assembling just a standard turret that prioritizes opponents marked with the targeting drone, it now fires explosive bolts at any enemy. And that's because the targeting drone has been removed. So one of his active abilities is healing droids, and this allows you to heal allies or yourself, granting burst of healing to target and heal over time to both. And then he also has a turret as well as another active ability, so this allows you to deploy a turret which automatically targets the nearest enemy, and both turrets can be deployed at the same time, as I'm showing you right here. Then his passive ability is going to give you increased movement, and then his talent is still the same, but now it's called passive ability. I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything I've talked about in this video, so please do let me know down in the comment section below. And remember to drop a like to help support the channel, subscribe so you don't miss any future Star Wars Hunters videos, and if you did miss any of my previous videos, click on the playlist on screen right now, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.